back to Raspberry Rock. I'm Russell, and this is Raspberry Rock, and I just took a shower. We're in the middle of a heat wave here, so I mean I threw a shirt on for filming, but as soon as I stop recording, I'm taking the shirt back off. Gotta go buck naked in this heat. Anyway, in the summertime I hang my towel up outside, my bath towel, and I don't know why, but it comes in smelling so much fresher than if I just hung it up inside. Like, I've got a little clothesline inside. If I hang it up there, it doesn't come out smelling as fresh as this. And I might leave this out here the rest of the day. I might leave it out here overnight if I just forget about it. And then, you know, come out, give it a shake, and take it inside, and it smells great. I mean, it smells fine now, but... yeah, we're in the middle of a heat wave in the 30s. For the last couple of days, in the 30s today. I'm not sure what it's going up to, 32 or something. In the 30s tomorrow again, before it starts to cool down a bit. Do you hear that? One of the things I love about this place. So I have a bit of a issue coming up. I'm going to be away from the cabin for a few days, and right now I gotta water the garden like twice a day, or things start dying. Right? Like, I'll go out there like right now. Like, I watered the garden this morning. I'll go out there right now. It's around 1 o'clock, and everything will be wilting like crazy. It's just the heat, right? We haven't gotten any rain lately. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I got this irrigation system that I bought last year. This was to replace the drip hoses that I was using, which sucked. I have to take a look at this. Yeah. All these drip things and connectors, and the idea is, I've got my thing for cutting. The idea is maybe I can automate something, you know. Take my Blue Eddy out there and leave it, maybe. I don't know. I don't do something, everything's going to die, or waste all of my time that I've spent, you know, looking after that thing. Or maybe I'll get lucky and it'll rain every day. I can't count on that. I bought a little bit more, like 10 feet of hose to get it out further into the water where it's a little bit deeper and it won't get caught up in the muck. I only got 10 feet because, like, the pump can only pull water from so far, right? So right now it's pulling water through a 25-foot hose. I'm adding another 10 feet, 35 feet. Yeah, hopefully that's fine. Oh, I see. This has a connector on it. That's handy. So I can connect either end. That's good. So if I don't use this, which I don't think I will, I can save this connector, this adapter. Alright, I'm going to take it over there. It's one of those things where you got to kind of lay everything out and see where it stretches, you know, what's going where. I think the unfortunate problem is, I don't know, like, the pump is drawing water out of the pond and then it's pushing it up that hill, that big hill, and then it's got to have enough pressure to put the water to everywhere, you know, and the last pot up the hill. The green beans, the furthest one up the hill, is it going to get any water, right? I don't know. But I guess we'll check it out. I don't know. If this works, then I will be doing this instead of the barrels. But something tells me this isn't going to work. Or maybe it'll work a little bit. Like it'll water some of the pots, and then I only have to like manually water some of the other ones. I don't want to do that either. But and it doesn't help this thing, you know, that I have to do when I go away. Anyway, gotta head over. Yeah, look what's happening. This is the small pumpkin plant, and it's just, you know, it's dying out here, literally dying. Some of the other stuff. There's a big zucchini growing. That's nice to see. Yeah, these leaves are all wilting. So it's crazy, right? Anyway, like if I can automate this, then I can set it up to water twice a day. Whew. Oh, it's warm out here. I wonder if, like, deer flies will come out and then they, oh, bite me. Right on my pinky. They come out and they buzz around for a bit, and then I wonder if the heat just is taking all the energy out of them, so they just say, forget it. We'll try for a few seconds and then forget it. She's like a gazelle. Alright, we're going to pick the zucchini this weekend. Probably ready to go now. But I'll leave it for City Girl, she's going to be here. Alright, I'm going to start laying out the components here and see what I got. That up there is going to be the difficult one, getting water that high. I'm sure. Stop before I even got started. They put the wrong thing on here. I mean, the hose end that they want on here is the part you would normally screw into your house outlet, right? Why would they put that end on? That doesn't make any sense. Unfortunately, the adapter I was just talking about is the other kind of adapter. I mean, I guess I could use it on this end. Use it on this end. But then I still need another hose to get out further into the pond. Or I pull the whole thing 10 feet that way. Yeah, that'll work. GoPro shut down because it was too hot. Makes sense. I was about halfway done, a little more than halfway done, when I realized I didn't feel well. I wasn't feeling well at all. The heat and the standing right in the sun like this, and I quickly finished and went back to the cabin to sit in front of the AC unit and get some Gatorade and water in me. So I was there for about an hour just cooling down. Here's what I got. This one is plugged because I just had an extra outlet there. I should have planned it before I started. I mean, it's okay the way it is. I thought I was going to run out of little nozzles, but I didn't. I had enough stuff, and there's a couple of T connectors in here that I had to use, so I don't know, there's probably some math involved in, you know, how, water pressure and how to best make sure the water gets everywhere, right? I think what would have been helpful is if I could have started this at the other end, way up there. And so the green bean gets lots of water, and everything else is downhill from that. I'd need another hose and stuff, and it would require more water pressure. But anyway, I just finished here earlier. I was feeling awful, and I just dropped everything and went back to the cabin. I don't want to, be lying down on the ground out here with heat stroke. That would be worse. Look what's happening, since I'm here, look what's happening to my tomatoes. Blossom rot. Which is weird, because I put lots of lime in there. Is that what this guy? Yeah. Son of a gun. That's happening to this one too. I know I saw this one. Oh. Bloody hell. Oops. Oh, I knocked a green one off. Shoot. This one's... Oh. I didn't mean to pick that. Oh, what's happened here? Come on. Oh, I wanted some nice fresh tomatoes. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I got the ATV over here with the power station. I'm going to take it down below and plug it in. And one thing I want to do here is make sure I got lots of line so I can pull it. I can pull it down. Oh, you hear that crackling? Things are dying out here. Okay. So I pulled some hose down here. Of course, the pump has to get moved further out. Look at that crap there. I used to drop the thing like right here. Now I gotta get out there. Look at this whole area just drying up. Wild. I've never seen this before. Anyway, I can walk this pump a little around the pond, but I still have to get my ATV over here to plug it in, right? So I might, it's okay there, I might have to go back and get an extension cord. Let me, I'll see where I can drop this in. Ideally, a longer stick. I'd like to be right out there. This doesn't look too bad here. I gotta be careful, like this is really goopy. Oh, really? I need a longer stick. That's not bad. As long as it doesn't drift into anything. Stabilizer. See, I brought this so that I could control it from up the hill. 47%. I need to charge this, I guess. Okay, so let's go up top. I have the clicker in my pocket. Get these guys some water, huh? Here we go. I don't hear anything. Now I hear it. Nothing I can do while I'm here. Fill up the barrels again. Just disconnect the hose here. We should be seeing something. The manual says these are like orange and blue, and they're slightly different how they work. I didn't look at the manual at all. There's also these ones. This is just kind of a sprayer, and it kind of meant to hang. So like if your hose was going over the pot, you could hang that from it. I hear that pump running, but I don't see anything happening here. There's no water coming through anywhere. So, what do I do here? Yeah, there's no water in there. So we're not getting anything. Okay. I'm gonna head back down and see what's up. The end of the hose is in the water. It's really hard to see the hose that's in the water because I've got the screen around it. So it might just be sticking in the air. I don't know. I came back and noticed this was leaking a bit of water, and then I picked it up and this hose just fell out. This is probably the jankiest part of this whole solution here. It's like it does not want to go in there. Like, can I do this? Maybe? Turn that off. It's better now. I'm gonna guess it's just not underwater. So there it is, okay. Alright, trying to do this. Oh, it's definitely underwater this time. So we'll put that there just to hold it in place. Well, that did nothing. That's all. There, that should do it. That's definitely underwater now. Is that tree in the way? I think what it is it's on the other, it's on the other side of the power station. The power station is between me and it. Come on. Dog. look, a tomato. Come on, this worked. Alright, I'll see how far I have to go down there to turn this on. Turns out, not that far. Alright, let's get some water. This is really flimsy hose, so it'd be really easy for that to bend. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna troubleshoot this for a while. Come back to the camera. Oh yeah, found it. Process of disconnecting the hose down at the pump, see if water is going through. And then it occurred to me that there might be just a kink in the line. So I walked up the hill following the hose from the kink right there. Well, that's a lot of water coming out of there, isn't it? Shit. Oh, I see water. I see water. I see water. Oh yeah. Different water. Water. Does that caption need to come up with that? There's no water coming out here. Or there. Where's that line going to? Oh, it's not connected. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I got one problem here to solve. But otherwise, I'm seeing water. Yep, water. And then finally, the last place. Yes. It's not coming out very fast, but it's coming out. I could even take that right off. But something tells me I shouldn't. Letting that run for like half an hour is gonna do the job. Okay, I gotta see how am I gonna fix this one. Obviously I miscalculated here somewhere. I can put in another T connector somewhere. And then, you know, a T connector after a T connector kind of thing. Not ideal. Or, well, I had a line, yeah, I had a line with a thing in it. Oh, sorry, that's not it. There's nothing growing in the lettuce, so I had a line going here, just not, thought I had a line going here. Just not connected. Maybe I don't. Maybe I skipped it. Alright, I gotta figure out what to do and put the camera down here. We're into phase 2 of my plan. It's going to take some adjustment, right? Running that every day and just, you know, kind of monitoring what's getting too much water, what's not getting enough. Because those little things are adjustable. You know, for the plants that aren't getting enough water, turning down the ones that are getting too much is going to help them, right? what's the next stage? What am I doing here? So yeah, I'm gonna leave the power station out here. Boards are just to keep it off the ground, and then cover it up and put a rock on it, and that will be stage 2. So stage 1 was I think I'm gonna leave that out in the water too. It's in a good spot. So stage 1 was just getting the drip system in. Stage 2 is getting this power station set up semi-temporarily permanently. Semi-temporarily permanently? That doesn't work. Anyway, getting that set up, and then stage 3, well, we'll do that tomorrow. What do you think? Stage 3. Yes. You ever see those videos, and you may have seen them on YouTube, where somebody's backing up their truck to put their boat in the lake? They accidentally hit the wrong pedal and just go flying into the lake. I had one of those moments here just a second ago. Not that it was going to happen, but I saw it happening, and then it didn't happen. Does that make sense? I needed a few more boards for leveling, but I didn't want to carry a few more boards, if you feel me. One thing I don't know is if this power station has an auto off, because that will thwart my plans pretty quickly. It doesn't completely cover, it doesn't, I tried this before, I know it doesn't completely fit. It doesn't go right to the ground, the bin that sits on top. I think I'm okay with that. As long as it's off the ground on those boards, you know, a little airflow wouldn't hurt actually. And yeah, where's my rook? Stage 2 complete. Good job, Russell. Look how much my small pumpkin has come back. Remember what it looked like before? Here, I'll do a before and after. Here's before, and here's after. Perked right up. Yeah. Nothing, no pumpkins on it, but we have high hopes. Yep. Let's go back and cool down, huh? Will it cool down? Sit in front of the AC? Yeah. Oh, you want to, you know what? Let's go over here, actually. On our way here somewhere. That looks like wintergreen. Whole thing full of berries. And here's another one. How unusual. I've never seen this before. What's amazing about this is that, like, there's another one too. What's amazing about this is that it happened even with all this dryness, right? No other berries are growing around here. I mean, the wild ones. The blackberries and the strawberries and the blueberries, nothing's growing. But these berries grew and they look great. Mind you, if you've never had winterberry before, they're kind of on the dry side as it is. Right, they're not a juicy berry. They taste good. You know, it's wintergreen. Did I say winterberry? I meant wintergreen, obviously. So what do you do with wintergreen berries, you might ask? Wintergreen is good in tea. Right? You can squish it up and put it in your tea. You can do the same with the berries. You just squish them up and drop them right in there. This spot, this is a bust. This spot, when the water level is much higher, is great for them to go in. They get in up through their chest, and they can cool down really easily. Garbage now. All right, we'll get back to the AC then. Screw this. Phase 3 of the plan. I'd put this in the trailer, and there's more comfortable ways to carry this. I just have the camera. I dropped this in the trailer, but really difficult. Well, first, to secure it in the trailer isn't that easy. And second, it's not that easy driving around the pond down there as it is, even without the trailer. Last night on our evening hike, I went over and I turned the power station on. Turned the AC on as well, because I wanted to see if it worked overnight. I gotta put this down. And it was on this morning. The power station was on this morning, but the AC wasn't on. So I guess it detected there was no AC draw. And it turned off the AC. Why is it rotating this? Anyway, that sort of makes sense. You know, if nothing's using the AC, turn the AC off. But the power station stays on because it won't charge if the power station's not on. So if you've got it hooked up to, say, a solar panel, you can't be running out and turning the power station on every time you want it to charge, right? That's why it stays on. But the AC not staying on is another problem. And I think I have a solution for that. I mean, I'm going to be putting in a little electric timer anyway, right? And that thing's going to draw even a tiny amount of power. It's going to be less than 5 watts for sure. But I don't know how many watts it needs to not shut off. So there's going to be some trial and error. In fact, I bought it's from Amazon. I bought a package of 2 timers. And in fact, if it doesn't stay on with one attached, I'll plug in the second one. Have them both running. See if it keeps the AC on. Honestly, you don't want a lot of AC draw because you'll just run the battery down. Like I wouldn't plug in something that needs 50 watts. I don't remember these things being this heavy. Or this uncomfortable. Getting the Wheaties today. Getting the Wheaties? That doesn't sound right. Yeah. I just gotta let it sit right there. Yes, I can build something. But this is only a temporary solution, right? We're gonna hit the that direction is east. So we'll hit the morning sun up till about, up till about 1 o'clock maybe. Yeah, I turned the AC on this morning and it's off again. So, one of the nice things about Blue Eddy is the cables they give you for charging are standard MC4 connectors. So it's really easy to plug them into standard solar panels. Really nice. Have I got the right cable? Unfortunately, got the wrong cable. Yep. It's from a different model of Blue Eddy, so the pins are slightly different. So I'm gonna have to go find the right cable. And while I like these MC4 connectors, they can be a real bitch to undo. So I'll probably need a tool for that. Yeah. Okay. I'll be back. So I just spent the last half hour at the cabin looking for this cable. Oh, I forgot to bring up. Yeah. Anyway, I couldn't find it. Annoyingly, there's another charging cable for like a cigarette lighter port. That cable for this is sitting on my kitchen table. You'd think the other one would be right beside it, but nope. No clue. And I forgot to bring something to disconnect this. That's not a rush though. So the power station, unfortunately, power station is down to 11%. So what I'm gonna, that says 11%. So that means that yes, I brought the ATV over to take it back to the cabin. I'll have to take it inside the cabin to charge it up overnight and then bring it back. And hopefully that cable shows up at some point. But I'm gonna run it for a little bit first because I've been watering the garden twice a day. I'm not sure it actually needs it right now. It's been overcast all day. And it got a good watering this morning. Most of the pots were draining at the bottom. Look how ugly that is right now. This is like one of the most beautiful spots. But when the water level is this low, it just looks like a swamp, like a murky swamp. Makes me wonder what the beavers are doing right now. Like in this is as dry as it's ever been since I've been here. And it makes me wonder what the beavers are doing, because some ponds are like not that deep, pretty shallow. You know, they dried right up. There's one on the way that's dried right up. What do the beavers do? They just move over to temporarily to another pond? Because there's beavers in every single pond around here. A family of beavers doesn't just move into a new pond. You know, they can be territorial, right? So who knows what's going on up there. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the panel right there. It's gonna be fine. I'll shove the cable underneath just for whatever. Yeah, and then I already said what I was gonna do. For right now, I'm gonna run it for about 5 minutes. As I said, I don't know that it needs to be watered, but let's do it. Oh, it's facing away from me again. There we go. When it first starts, it spends a few seconds just getting the air out of the system. These are adjustable. I think I said that. Whoop. The blue ones, sorry, I think the blue ones are just drip. The orange ones, though, let me find an orange one. Yeah, so the orange ones, they do this spray thing, which is kind of neat. So I really, I got this one tuned down. This one doesn't need as much water. Got this one tuned down as well. This big pot needs a lot of water, but it seems to be fine. It's a little spinny thing, eh? That one's way too much. I'll turn that almost all the way down. These peppers, they don't need that much. Maybe they're a bit too far on that. Yeah, just a tiny bit. And then this stupid one. Turn that down. Okay. Everything's a little bit fragile, okay? Got a few. Look at that. There's one. This is the small pumpkins. So some good growth on there. The zucchini's ready to burst, huh? Actually, I know they can get a lot bigger than that. And look at this. Totally missed this pot. I don't know how that happened. It wouldn't be hard to plug something in here. In fact, I ran a line to this pot over here, but I plugged it up. That's for future use. I could just move this pot over and use that line, just put one of those orange things on it, and that'd be fine, right? Let's just check this one here. Yeah. Anyway, I know too much watering is a bad thing, but they've all got drainage holes in them. And you can see from this morning, several of them did drain out. And one last one we'll check here is look at this green bean plant. We almost need oh, remember I put a couple of sticks on top here? They just fell off. And then I stepped on one and broke it. Let's get in here. Yeah, it's looking good. So that's pretty much all I wanted to do now. Just give them a little bit of water before I take this power station away. I think they're fine. I don't think they needed any water anyway. Do you think this will work? I got the power station sort of on its side now. Son of a bitch. Come on. I'll go down there. How about this? For real snazziness, I could have one timer set to run a couple of times a day, but then how would I do that? I could have it also plugged in for the clicker so I could run it manually if I wanted to. Is that too much? That's too much. I don't know how I do that electrically unless I had a second pump. Alright. Not too many bugs around. Oh, it's so nice. I thought maybe without the, the heat and sunshine, the bugs would be out today, but not too bad. And I think the high was only supposed to be 24, 25. Not bad. I'm only down to 9%. Seems a little seems to drain faster than I would have thought. But then I'm not sure exactly how many watts that pump draws. 150 maybe, 200, 250. I really don't know. Blue Eddy sure is dirty. I bounce it around here on the ATV and seems fine. Holds up well. Yep. So City Girl's here. It's the weekend. We did some work on our solar lights this morning and other stuff, and I got her in some video and over at the garden, but I'm going to save that for next video. I will say this, I got my timers for my power station for this whole gardening solution. Can you see that? There's, you pull all the pins up and then you push them down if you want power at that time, right? Unfortunately, if I'd spent a little bit more time, reading up on it, I would have seen that these are half-hour increments, and I don't want to run the pump for a half hour at a time. I want 10 minutes. So what I did do, I got two of them. I plugged one in this morning, and I'm going to go out soon to see if just having one of these plugged in keeps the AC on. If not, then hopefully I'll find something else that does. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.